Hey, what's up, movie fans, horror aficionados? This is the movie for you. Today, we went and saw The Darkness at our local theater. This film is directed by Greg McLean, who directed Wolf Creek, which in my opinion is one of the coolest, different horror films in recent years. This one's a little bit different, but it's definitely a little bit of a thrill ride as well. Bacon and Radha Mitchell, they are the stars of this film. They are the mother and father of a young boy. The character is called Mikey. Mikey has a form of autism, and his verbal capabilities aren't necessarily what everyone would understand. He says a few words here and there, but he's always had a little bit of a different personality than other children. Very, very intelligent. While they're at the Grand Canyon, along with his sister, played by Lucy Fry, they are, just going around and they are checking out different things, along with the son of Matt Walsh's character. They're heading around. Well, all of a sudden, Mikey gets distracted and he falls through this cavernous area. In it, he sees these cave markings, and he finds these rocks. So we find out more about these rocks as it goes on. Minor spoiler, you find this out in the middle, or so. This ancient Indian tribe had these 5 markers, and it was resonant of like demonic ideals. It was snake, crow, wolf, coyote, and buffalo. He takes these 5 stones, and they're already having some issues with the family, but unfortunately it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse for this family. They've already had a strain in the relationship between the husband and wife, and it just seems to keep getting more taxing. Mikey is having more issues and more issues and more issues, as well as the daughter. I think that we get to learn quite a bit about these characters, and I really like that. And that's something that the writer-director does in his films that I really appreciate. You get to know them and you get to like them. There are definitely some scary moments in this film, like a lot of jump, out of nowhere, and I love the tenseness that you get with those. I don't think you should rely heavily on jump scares. It's always been something that I've said in my analysis of a lot of horror films is jump scares don't really do it for me. I prefer more the stuff like Wolf Creek. And there are some definite moments in this film where it's more build up, and then it happens, which is tolerable. I just don't really think, I'm drinking a cup of coffee, boom, bat flies in your face. Like that kind of stuff I'm not a fan of. Not saying there's a tremendous amount of that in this, but anyway, I like the fact that when you see these 5 creatures, they look cool, and you don't get to see them. It's not just in your face. You're kind of like, man, I really want to see those, and it's really cool. It's just not in your face, and I think that's a different take. Some of the things there's just some dialogue and some sensibility that I don't really like. Like, in the beginning of the film, it's really funny. Kevin Bacon is one of my favorite actors going today, but Radha Mitchell is probably about 20 years younger than him. It's kind of funny. Matt Walsh, his whole character with his wife is about 25 years younger than him. It just seems that way. Stuff like that is just kind of, it's more Hollywood than, I can't really hate on this film about that. But it's just stuff like that. Also, there's a scene at the very beginning where she's looking at her photos, and they're obviously at the Grand Canyon, yet they Photoshop, they're like this in front of the Grand Canyon on the camera, and I'm like, can't they just take a photo, and make it look real? I don't know why they felt the need to Photoshop it. That kind of just took me away from it immediately. There's also a scene where they add an entity to one of the photos, and it didn't look that great. Now, the budget for this movie I'm looking at right now is $4 million, and I kind of understand certain moments now. If it was only a $4 million budget, I definitely can understand why they didn't have, they didn't have an Avengers budget. So I understand that, so I rescind every negative thing I said about this movie. I think they did a very good job with what they did. It was not a bad movie at all. It wasn't cheesy. It had characters that you like, and it had some good scares in it, and I give it props for that. So let me know what you guys think of this movie. Do you have a favorite horror movie? Do you have a favorite moment in this movie? Leave a comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel at London Hawthorne. Thank you so much for watching, and let's talk movies.